Hi Jump Jammers, I'm Brett Fairweather. Let's go over some of the changes you can make for your Jump Jam All-Stars competition. Now it's not as daunting as you think, so it's exactly the same moves within the Jump Jam routine, but you can change the direction that they travel in, the direction they face, and you can create some shapes. So I thought we would start with a song we all know, the Ooh-ee-ooh-ah-ah Witch Doctor song. So we're going to look at all the different moves within the Witch Doctor, then look at can they travel and what direction can they travel and face. Then we're going to look at how we can create some shapes with them as an example. So it's like a mini video workshop. Alright, so let's start. So we know that the Witch Doctor starts with ooh-ee-ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla bing-bang. So you know that you can change the direction that it's facing, but you can't change the move. So you're not allowed to do anything with different arms. So it has to be pretty much this. Now the good thing is when you're doing a march, it's really easy to travel. So with this move here, we know that perhaps we could travel it forward. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could hold it on the spot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can travel back. Easy. We can even travel it to the diagonal. And back. We can travel it to the side. Yep. We can even travel it all the way round in a circle. So that's an example of just that move there, where it can go, what it can do. So the next move is the V-step, which is out, out, in, I was in love with you, or you're waving your hand. Right, let's just see if we can travel it forward and back. A little bit harder this one, so you've got to go 1, 2, smaller step, big step, smaller step, big step, smaller step, big step, smaller step, big step back, small step forward, big step back. So it's still a V-step, you're just traveling it forward and back. So let's see if we can change the direction to a quarter turn. That's a quarter turn. Yep. Or maybe we just go diagonal, diagonal. Maybe we do it in a whole pivot half turn. Maybe we try and travel it to the side, a little bit harder. Try and bring the feet together. Out, out, in, out, out, in. So, that was the V-step. Let's look at the gallop. Now the gallop, as you know, goes gallop to the side, stationary, gallop back to the centre, stationary. So why don't we keep the gallop stationary? We go, for example, stationary, triple forward, stationary, triple back. What else can we do? Why don't we go travel to the side, then travel forward, travel back, then travel going back this way? Why don't we see if we can go gallop, stay here, gallop, stay back. What about the other diagonal? Gallop, stay here, gallop, stay back. So you can see it's the same move, it's just traveling in a different direction. This time we're going to use a circular. So this time we'll do it as a half. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back 2, 3, 4. Now, let's just see if we can get all the way around. We'll try it. Ready? Go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard up, but you can still do it. Back 2, 3, 4. So I've just gone the other way. I circled once clockwise, once anti-clockwise. Right, let's have a look at the last move. It's the scissor move. So we know the scissor move is on the spot. You can't change the move, but we can travel it. So we could face it that way. Quarter, back, there, diagonal. We can come forward and back. We can diagonal and back. So now we know what we can do with all these moves. Let's see within the team if we can create shapes by getting different team members to move at different points of the routine. So for example, let's say you want to create a triangle or an arrowhead. Let's say the move is ooh-ee-ooh-ah-ah. So you might have it so you have part of your team members coming all the way forward like that, coming up to here. while some of them are actually moving to the side, and by the time they finish the move, you've got a shape that looks like an arrowhead. You can even reverse it and go that way. Maybe once you're even in that position, you want to extend it to be a diagonal. So you have some of your team members moving back over here, and some of your team members moving over this way to create the diagonal shape. So think about what shapes you'd like to create, whether it be a circle, a square, a star. Just be creative. And now that you know that the move can change direction and it can travel to different parts, you know how to get there. Some moves are going to be really easy to travel, some moves are not. So think about having fun always, because I know it's a bit of a challenge, but just have some fun. You're allowed to change 25%. How do you measure that? So what you do is you play around with your shapes and you video it. And then you look at the original Jump Jam video. And let's just say the original Jump Jam video is 4 minutes, the song's 4 minutes. And you looked at what you've done, and every time you've changed the pattern, just time it with a stopwatch. You're allowed 1 minute of changes to 4 minutes. So it's around about 25%. So don't panic if it's a little bit over or a little bit under. This is the first year, we're not going to really worry about it too much. So just have some fun. But that's just a rough guide of how we do it. So what we don't want to see is changes all over the place and the same changes. If you've done a change into a shape, do something else that's a little bit different. And if you find that some students are struggling a little bit, maybe you just hide them at the back and keep the stronger ones towards the front. So you can change the shape to suit your students. You can maybe have the shorter ones through to the taller ones, or the taller ones in the middle and the shorter ones out to the side. So even with the size of the students, you can create a kind of a shape with just that there. So just a recap on a summary. When you choose your song, go over each move, just like you'll see me in the Jump Jam video on my black and white teaching training tips. Then think about, can it go forward? Can it go back? Can it change direction? Once you've figured it, I can make this change, do that with every move, and then think, okay, so what shapes could we easily do that's not going to be too stressful, and which students are you going to get to move? Now, one more last thing. You might want to have some kind of what I call, not so much shapes, but interaction crossovers, pathways. So for example, you might have one line coming forward and 2 lines going back, or every second line coming forward, every second line going back. So you're getting a forward and back motion with your students. You might have it so they actually cross over. So you might have it half of you galloping one way, half of you galloping the other way. So think about how the students can cross and interact. That would be pretty cool. All right, I hope you got a little bit of value out of that. Don't stress too much. I'm here to help. So just email me, brett@jumpjam.co.nz, and I will quickly get back to you if you're in need of some help. And good luck and have fun always. I'll see you at the All-Star competition.